Well, it's gonna be a long time until I make another bullshit video, so might as well go off in a blast of diarrhea. Now, not to be disrespectful to NPCs, but they disrespected themselves first. You know, they have adopted a behavior that just outrageous, right? And I'm not talking about this. This is just, the whole culture, I would say. And how does culture exist in the first place? You already understand the Matrix, right? A bunch of stupid people finds a way to earn money. It's not even a title, all right? Being an NPC is not a title. It's just like the title has been achieved afterwards, But by the top person. It's always the top person, the inventors, basically. And you still have to identify what kind of NPC, and maybe that's not a very good title. Maybe that's a thumbs down, unfortunately. Because so far, these people, both of the girls, by the way, Cherry and whoever the fuck, I'm too racist to know what that is. They don't have good reputations right now. They don't seemingly want good reputations, they just want money, and to figure out what that is. It's a question in life to figure out what you're going to do with money and all that stuff. Now, government should step in and make sure that money doesn't fucking directly result in having too much power and control over other people. Thank you very much, government, would be nice. But because we have like 99 NPC economy right now, 99% NPCs, bro. It's kind of outrageous at this point. Like, people have grown up and have disappointed me. I'm just frozen in place. I might be a smart person with cool ideas, but I can't really, share them with the world. That would be toxic, bro. Instead, I have to receive hatred and annoying people, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing, basically. What's the point? What's the point of... I was, like, never hateful. Let's be honest. I'm just hateful towards being unable to, like, function in society that doesn't function by itself properly, without enslaving people and treating them as what they are. Just kind of workers and stuff. But they're not, like, really productive people, unfortunately. And another thing that's also unfortunate is, like, I don't earn money. I don't need money. I don't earn subscribers. I don't earn any kind of resource. I don't even earn respect from people. But I'm still alive. So, like, this money aspect, which is a tier 2, people break up from being an NPC. Like, this is actually like a mockery of people who are below you, basically. An NPC who breaks through it, it's just a mockery of everyone below. Because this is tier 2. Tier 1 is just survive as best as you can, my friends. And bad things are happening right now. And bad things happening right now because why the fuck not? Even I would be on board for bad things to happen when there's bad people everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's bad people. There's unfinished people. I'm unfinished, but I'm working on myself. But I'm looking back, and people are not working on themselves. They're just trashing the society, with themselves existing in a certain way. Now, half of these people are going to be fucking children just repeating what they have heard. But another half is actually just going to be, confused individuals who don't know how life works. Because like reality works completely differently in reality instead of like digital space. So there's a lot of confused people, and there's a lot of undergraduates, I would say, or under 18, right? But there are some people who are like willingly stuck. They're willingly stuck. They think NPCs is good, So there's actually like a small part of people who think that this is fine. And these are very dangerous people, by the way. Like if we're talking about NPCs amongst NPCs, those are really dangerous people, bro. Because we're talking about people who have lost their souls, who don't want to survive anymore, but don't see the functionality to move forward. Those are really dangerous people, right? Those worship the devil by default, by being uneducated and unwilling to live and move forward in life. Oh, that shit sucks, bro. But it's still very confusing. Like, what is that? Again, it's consent. It's consent to like be that way. Like drinking, smoking, being aggressive. You pick up on these traits, and people eventually like fill up this bucket. Now that is, as I've said, like there's not many of them. I'm like contradicting the first thing I've said. But it is very confusing of like, there's so many old people that couldn't fucking graduate somehow. They just gave up. And they're plaguing society because, again, I can't move around without fear of triggering someone, of disrespecting someone else's territory when I'm being disrespected, actually. I'm a tiny person, and I'm not supposed to respect you. You don't deserve respect. Because you bigger. That relationship, you must understand quite a bit. And the moment purge happens, we weaponize, the small people will weaponize and destroy the big people. Now, the mob mentality is a very interesting thing. There's a lot of people with big egos, right? Big egos. And people just like flock into that big ego group and pretend to like, oh my god, this is such a big ego. Everyone should be here. And I'm like, inside someone else's desire to be aggressive, to be hostile to their own platform. The Jax Films meme will gonna live forever in YouTube's memory, bro. Because it actually unpacked the whole mob mentality for us. We're going to be crossing over some like very interesting period. 2024 is going to be quite different from the years we used to have. It's still going to be pretty hostile, but it's going to be hostile for all the good reasons, because we have to get rid of the filth of the world and benefit ourselves while we do it. Also, a lot of people might tune in to this episode simply because I did YouTube Rewind thingy. Alright? And that shit's supposed to slam. Alright? If I can do this, if I can do, this, I'm not gonna fail with YouTube Rewind. Actually, I did fail because I just summoned like 4 knights already. What's that about? So stupid. Really? I don't think I deserve that, bro. I don't know, man. Randomness not so random sometimes. Pisses me off a little bit. Anyways. Yeah, the Jackson's meme exposes pure evil of people not being able to control themselves and not understanding why respect is like necessary. You have to let people take their space if the space is free. You know, but oh shit, the real estate in my brain is not free. You have to do research first. You have to do the highest quality videos first for me to even care, right? I understand it's just not going to be that easy. Because for the first time in forever, Jackson has no opposition. Actually, that's usually how drama works. People just flock to the biggest thing that's going on and treat the other thing as like the smallest thing that's going on. Except the other side is pure and strong and unbeatable. And hopefully that's going to be the narrative. And also that this is going to be also the narrative. The special, the SSS, bro. We survived, we earned money, and we are, in fact, special. You know, and nothing can take that away when you make history, right? When you hold a title for a very long time. No one can take that away for any reason whatsoever. You steal, you disrespect content creators. Oh, oops, man. It was for very good reason. And again, you just need some background information to be able to move forward. So that's the story that pops up. I mean, if people are willing to just jump on the Mr. Beast wagon as if it's like the shit, you know, this is the shit that's gonna last forever. Or if I just jump in, I might have a chance to win a lottery. That's what's going on here. People are jumping into the pool of garbage amongst other people for mob mentality because it's somehow like natural for them to do that, but can sometimes be a trap. Sometimes it's just going to be misused. What Jackson's is doing is just kind of training his hatred towards Sniper Wolf and hoping that it just kind of like work and stuff. I'm not sure how he's so delusional, but other people just jumped in on board and it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna participate. I'm gonna do it. Now, where's the NPC mentality here? Because that is the big question, I would say. And how are we going to level up to level 3? Because first of all, we have to do that as well, unfortunately. We have to look at the things before us. There, again, like, first of all, you have to respect people who have been on the platform and observing things. Jack's Films has only been observing the comment section. So of course he's able to like open up and allow people in because that's where he gets all the ideas, you know, from everyone else. That's where he gets all the self-esteem. So of course, this is a trap. This is bullshit. And what he's doing is just simply trying to embody other people where both entities do not benefit from the transaction. You know, they're both going to be doomed. Jackson's is going to be doomed, but so is his fandom that is attempting to attack Sniper Wolf, right? It's just not going to work. It's just a suicidal thing to do. Because, like, you can beat Sniper Wolf, you can beat a little girl. You cannot beat the consequences of doing so. That one's a little bit fucking more difficult. I've covered a lot of drama. No, I haven't. No. This is my first one. This is where my awakening, you know. I'm smart enough. I'm getting ahead of myself now. And covering this drama to extreme extent. I'm even covering Mr. Beast's reputation of, like, will he survive on this platform? Just the fact that I'm questioning his reputation means that he's losing it, you know. Just the mere act of me questioning. Because usually, like, as a consumer, you're mesmerized and you don't really worry about it. You just like, oh, I clicked on a video. Great. But there's not a lot of, like, education on YouTube. And Mr. Beast is not pushing that whatsoever, despite being, like, inspired by education videos. And that's what he consumes. But he is doing that to better himself, to, like, beat everyone else. Best everyone else, beat everyone else. That is the strategy here, you know. Wait. Did I just said best, beat, and best? I mean, it is what it is. He's like the most competitive person there is, and he wants subscribers really badly, right? But I might be like the angriest person on the platform. And I want the title really badly. I want to be YouTube CEO because nobody respects me yet. You know, I just want a little bit of respect for a little bit of time and just see what happens. But potentially the moment people recognize me, they're just gonna surrender to the power of, like, oh, this crown really fits this guy. You know, and that's it. And we're just gonna submit easily. People can submit until I get my 1,000,000 subscribers, until I, you know, up my production quality and all that shit. They can't submit that I'm saying anything smart. If I try to say smart things like, nah, bro, your production quality is, like, low. You don't have many subscribers. I cannot listen to you, bro. You know, you're not a celebrity yet. And it's like, well, that's why Jack Sims is gonna lose. Who says, you know, who says how many subscribers you need to even be a creator in the first place? Who says what kind of production quality you need to be a creator and be respected and be credited, basically? Because people can steal my ideas and not credit that shit. Anyone can do that. It's just like the whole concept doesn't really work. You know, you want to establish a relationship. With TikTok, you don't need a relationship because it has infinite resources. So you know if one creator disappears, you will find another creator replacing them. It's not a big fucking deal on TikTok. So you don't have to respect TikTok. But you know what you have to respect? Communities that, you know, might only exist partially in for a few years. I'm not sure how long Hearthstone community is going to exist for. It doesn't look very good for them. But, I mean, I'm putting some eggs in the basket of things I care about. And I have to be, like, open and honest about people I care about. And that's it. That's what I'm doing, and that's what's going to make me successful, is that I care. I do give credit, and I give credit in the most satisfying way in every single day. Every single second goes to something. Right now, I'm speaking, so it goes to me. I couldn't quite kick Jacksums out of YouTube Rewind, but he's definitely gonna get kicked in the balls, right? I don't know. It's very difficult to give so much confidence when you don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, it is painful. Obviously, like, other people can cause pain to you in order to, you know, be mindfuckers. They don't actually mean what they say. They just want you to continue feeling pain successfully, basically. And well, my job is to make sure that, you know, it's all productive in nature. I don't lose my mind over it, and that's it. And I teach other people how not to feel the pain that I felt, what kind of principles they need to follow for that. Yeah, special, successful, social, or sexy. I would still say sexy, I guess, because that's attractive. It's attractive. Everyone's attractive who is able to survive, right? Who's able to hold self-esteem. So we basically broke down what SSS stands for and all that shit. There's some crazy shit you can come up with in life. And this is a fucking historic moment. There is the fourth S that I don't know about. Or something else. I don't know about. I don't worry about it. I'm not gonna graduate anytime soon. You know. Because now that I have the title, there's no escape. Like, people will have to recognize me one way or the other. Because the longer I keep this title of YouTube CEO, the harder it is to, like, ignore it. And again, you can throw facts and feelings at me as well and say, nah, you're not. But the question I have is, who is and what for? You know, how do you know? How do you know they are YouTube CEO? What defines people? What are definitions? How do they work? I had to answer all these questions, and I naturally, you know, after I found all the answers, I'm like, shit, I can just do whatever I want by being whoever I want, by occupying some space that I like very much. I just pick up a crown and do that thing. Now, I'm not going to get paid for it, but I can still do it, you know. Now, am I claiming that this is the end and now I want to get paid? I mean, now I deserve to be paid. I deserve to, like, leech off other people's wallets if I really need it. You know, so I deserve to leech off my mom's wallet now. Just leech. Leech off the government wallet. And they don't even fucking give a fuck about it. They just know it's going on. But they would like to stop it because money is pretty fucking valuable. But hey, you have to challenge my title first, you know, and acknowledge it, and understand who I am as a person, that I have work to do, that I'm busy, that I might need help, you know. You need to understand all these things. I have to defend it at the same time. But, like, the first few steps, I just have to say it out loud and demand respect. Just have to say it out loud of who I am. And that's it. Stand my ground, basically. Because no one has arguments right now. Not a single person has arguments. They have power. They have accumulated resources. But if you don't have an argument, what the fuck's the point of arguing? Right? To have an argument, you have to have a reason to dislike me. You know, you can press the dislike button, but you might not have a reason to dislike me. You might be still watching this confused of like, what the fuck am I doing here? I have a reason to dislike you, and you have a reason to walk away, you know? But when you're in the middle of drama, like, you suck in a lot of people who just straight up disrespectful, they don't care. They just want to benefit themselves. There's a lot of people who just willingly would loot a store if it was lootable, right? Except it's all a fucking trap to see who is disrespectful. And it's like, I seen a lot of black people, and my racism levels just kind of like skyrocketed of like, well, Americans couldn't actually deal with racism very well, and we should just give up on that and remain racist as much as possible. It's like, shit, the first people gonna do crime, the first people that are gonna flood, you know, damage structure of society is goddamn, you know, the most physically disrespectful people, the most juiced up by solar energy people who think, you know, reality is all that exists, and they don't have to exist anywhere else. They just have to survive as best as they can. Basically predatory behavior, right? It's almost like the predator exists here. We might be able to unlock the full NPC meme of what does that look like? If the second word is predator, predatory creature, I don't know. We'll find out, guys. We can put it down. We're going to be working for 2 hours trying to understand this. And I love bullshit videos because learning things is the way to go, right? Going deep. Could stand for nonsense predatory creature. You can loot a store, but you're also looting their ability to exist in your place. So you'll have to loot, go from one store to the other. It's the same way with workplaces. You know, I was just disrespectful by default as a person to workplaces because I want to be independent. I want to contribute as best as I can in many, many ways. Not just like physically, but also like they're gonna disrespect something that doesn't function properly, you know, and doesn't respect me back. Because just money is not respect, right? Like, it's kind of useless. So I just like naturally disrespected a lot of workplaces. I couldn't adapt myself very well. I was a good worker, but they just find that one thing that I can't do and pretend that that's a good reason enough to just fire me. It's like, if I'm not doing something very well, there's a thing called training. There's a thing called trying to adapt a person, like looking at the good side of things and trying to mitigate the bad side of things instead of like, oh, it's too icky, I can't do it. workplaces right now, and including women, because they're also like workplaces in a way. It's kind of weird. Yeah. The one thing that you can find in life that's so fascinating to me is that workplaces are parallel to women. If you want to learn about women, you just have to learn of like how difficult it is to get a job. That's how women behave, the same exact way. They go parallel to that shit of how to earn money. How we earn money is where women go instantly. That's their path of earning money. So that's how it's gonna work. It's very, very disgusting to me to know that women and workplaces can just reject people left and right, you know, just filter out, and they don't like that one trait stands out, and they have to like kick out a person. Well, I don't like smoking people who are smokers, but they chose to build a smoking area for them. So what's the problem of like solving other people's problems as well, right? So it's just a weird type of discrimination eventually, right? Maybe I have a problem and they just ignore it and they think it's like you disrespected them. We're not going to investigate at all what the problem is because we have no tools of doing so. And it's like it's checkmate, you know. But the only way you can checkmate in that position if you agree that you're absolutely stupid, basically. There's a fancy TikTok that says, like, would you throw away $10 if you didn't like it? I don't even know. I don't even... It's a stupid fucking TikTok, okay? You must understand. This is actually very good. I live with NPC. I live with NPC culture in general, basically. It's called, you know, people who leech off government and have nothing to offer anymore. It's obviously the government's fault for creating that sort of shit. You know, like, please do something with these people, because if they remain ignorant and antisocial, someone else will still have to fucking deal with them eventually. You know, what the fuck is your problem? So I have to deal with this shit, you know, with the most disgusting creature behind a wall, you know, a sumo wrestler waiting to just awaken her superpowers against something, not me, because I'll just crush her fucking skull, you know, whenever I need to. Because she can't challenge me. So she's waiting for something, you know, for something to happen. Patiently waiting. I don't know. Because she doesn't want to fucking even talk to me. So it must be something else now we're waiting for, right? Doesn't even want to respect me either. So I have plenty of disrespect right where I live. I don't need more. I don't need everyone else to just pitch in and just like contribute to this whole train of disrespect, right? There's no need, no shit like that. But like, if that's all people do, like, your mob mentality is not even gonna work that much. It's not even gonna go that far or gonna go that fast. Playing bingo is the most fucking retarded thing ever. Is that moment when you can use the word retarded, unfortunately. Even though people don't want it to be used, you know. Oh no, I don't want a word to be used. What am I gonna do? Guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna say it's disrespectful. That's all you can say. But it's disrespectful. Because well, respect is something, you know, like, somewhat subjective, right? Subjective. It's a voting system. In a sense, right? It's a voting system. Until we define it. Until we figure out what respect is. And I made a joke of like, shit, some person just peed in here and is like, okay, cool. You better not come back. We might have to isolate this little fucker. Well, but yeah, peeing randomly, going into a rage explosion, basically. Now, I had this to say. We have invented AI and smartphones, but I can't wait until we invent respect. That would truly change the world. You know, we can get nice things, but if we don't know how to use those nice things, what the fuck's the point? It all goes to the toilet anyway. It all goes flushed down the drain. All those cool things that we have, to get used for garbage things, right? Oh, oops. My mom might got a human being to fucking attach to successfully, and you know, now she has to realize, like, shit, if you harm me, you harm yourself. It's just a fucking equation, a very simple one. So what the fuck do you do now, right? Well, it's a pretty fucking difficult problem to solve, and she's not gonna try and solve it. You know, that would be very cool if you solved anything. But, you know, that would get probably the ball rolling. Because once one person recognizes me as like a powerful person, right, once we start a discussion, that's cool. That's cool, man. We can do many things. But it's just like I have to like brute force it all the time. There's a domino effect waiting to happen. I don't even know how much power I have. But the moment one person respects me properly, just like actually properly, obviously I have to respect myself, but I'm just like waiting what the actual first domino is supposed to be, right? I'm looking around like fucking aimlessly, scanning the area, or just continue to hold the title of like, I think I probably found the thing that I want to be. Because every single person can be something, you know, if they truly want it. They will slowly realize, you know, the dominoes will start falling into place and be telling that person of like, okay, this is what you're going to be. And now everyone around you have to accept that as well. And this is what how you're going to be treated. And everything just keeps falling into place, right? The universe basically opens up and just starts whispering of like, okay, you're contributing this thing, we're going to calculate this and that. It gets pretty crazy. All right. But this was my declaration of like, shit, there's a huge empty space that nobody is using properly. And a woman is definitely not going to use that empty space. So Susan just kind of like stepped down instantly. The moment I just declared I'm YouTube CEO, like she steps down. I was like, what happened? The word gets around really quickly when the dominoes fall. You know, I'm just waiting for that domino to connect with me and fall on top of me. you know, so to empower me. So I just have to be patient personally as well. Like my mom, unfortunately. It's just, she will treat it as the devil, you know, the change that will disconnect her from me. I will treat it as, why the fuck you couldn't come sooner, you know? Now, obviously, I'm still a flawed person, but comparing myself to other people, I'm like, shit, when is this fucking nightmare is gonna be over? Because I want to prove my rights to everyone else. Because it's just too painful to just sit there and take the disrespect, you know? Again, the only reason why disrespect comes from other people is they have no reason to respect you, so they feel like they're free to just treat you like, you know, like a person who have not tried anything, like a fucking baby. Well, you haven't tried anything, you haven't gotten those things that indicate that you're a powerful person in society. And I'm like, you don't understand how difficult it is to, like, be an NPC that just serves the people as the competition is rising. It's harder and harder, bro. Why should I be like everyone else? There is no reason. There was never a reason for me to get a single subscriber if I had friends, if I was respected around me. But I was just like, shit. I literally am very desperate right now. Very desperate. YouTube CEO might not even still be a rank. Like, YouTubers barely have friends, right? Even that's difficult. Barely have relationships that work out. So PewDiePie have proven of, like, if I have reputation on the internet, I'll get a pretty good girlfriend. Great. Mr. Beast has proven if I have reputation on the internet, I get a lot of money. Fascinating. So, can I prove that holding a title of YouTube will get me friends, will activate friendship somehow? Can I prove that, please? That's what I wanted to unlock, basically. The superpower. The next generation, so to speak. Because, I guess I have to watch Boruto to be able to be the next generation, because Mr. Beast successfully watched Naruto. But I also did that. So, I don't know. I don't know who did it first, or who did it better. I guess it all comes down to, like, who watches Naruto the most. Is the highest ranked YouTuber. How does that fucking work? But I kind of feel I know how that works. Again, like, every single person has superpowers, and in a ninja world, like, it's like completely normal, right? For everyone to have not just one superpower, but like a multitude of talents, and even if you don't have a superpower, you can still create one by brute force. Be this Rock Lee person, Unfortunately, I'm smart, so I don't have to physically, like, force something to happen. I can still, craft some kind of art form. I'm scared that the next person before me is going to be Rock Lee. We'll have to, like, actually open up 9 gates of whatever. 9 gates of suicide. Just to prove their worth, But it gets worse and worse. I'm not sure, but, like, I do feel like this missing piece for that everyone needs, and it's just so painful, right? It's so painful of, like, how the fuck did that happen? How did we get this far? I just want, like, a decent life that doesn't suck balls. But that was so difficult for me to do that I've just like learned many skills. I'm just trying not to be bored and all that shit. And apparently just being a good person, respecting your own needs, most importantly, more than other people's needs, will, you know, like keep graduating you one step after the other. It's just like the natural graduation of problems pushing down upon you. You just naturally like, well, I rise in power constantly. Anytime there's a problem and I try to solve it somehow, like piece things together so like fits. Obviously my journey is not over, but it has to be over at some point. You know, every single time I do a bullshit episode, now I say that every single time I do a bullshit episode, I learn so much, or I at least piece together a very important story that opens up a lot of aspects, a perspective, so to speak. So every single move you make in life has to be important, has to be a storytelling move. Otherwise, you're not gonna graduate. That's how you do it, I guess. The Taylor Swift way, boys. The storytelling of like, you can start with what happened throughout the day, but also it looks like a fucking snake too, but whatever. It's just how it evolved. Like Taylor Swift literally didn't have to do anything. She just had to follow the little things that like come together naturally and appreciate that shit. You know, she didn't have to do shit. Just keep working, keep doing what she's praised for, keep doing what people ask her to do, and just keep getting better at it and just honestly like try and apply the new cool thing and see if it works. We only get to see like her stage performance, but like it is what it is. I get to see way deeper like creature that, you know, just keeps glitching around now because it accumulated so much power, it doesn't know what to do with it anymore. But it's only power in America, not a worldwide power, unfortunately. What Mr. Beast is doing is trying to like transcend a worldwide personality that has respect all over the place. So he's going to continue on growing that way. Unless he's going to get shot down, which he will. Let's face it. The moment you post your first skull emoji, and if it's a terrible placement of a skull emoji, the moment you feel bad about something, you know, and you do it improperly, where you shouldn't actually feel bad about that. Now Mr. Beast requires investigation. Now Mr. Beast has, you know, got sucked into another Jack moment, basically. Alright. Now Sniper Wolf, even though she's also holding a title, like it seems like everyone is going after the crowns. Now, we're just going after it. We're just questioning everyone's, you know, crowns instantly because everyone's thirsty for drama, but actually what drama is generating is ability to observe the integrity of titles, right? However, you're not going to observe integrity of titles unless you have a higher title yourself, unless you're trying to claim a higher title. So I'm trying to be higher than Mr. Beast or Sniper Wolf combined, or Taylor Swift, or anything that you have ever seen in a platform combine 10 biggest channels on the platform, still gonna be higher, you know, because YouTube CEO just, I can just type in imaginary numbers and I'll have it. I'll have a billion subscribers if I want to. And you just force people to subscribe. And they won't be upset about it, by the way. Because I will follow the rules of like, you will subscribe if you like this. Most importantly, you like education. You know, basically people are going to automatically subscribe to me if they like education. I'll just send a pop-up message. I'll like, you like education, bro? You want to be smarter? You want to earn that superpower? Well, you gotta fucking follow me, unfortunately. Because I'm unfortunately smart. It's very unfortunate that I'm smart. Alright? You must understand. Bad things had to happen for me to pass through these layers and remain smart. You can just commit to your craft. But I'm resilient. I'm like, shit, let's go. Let's keep going. I just dreamt about Mr. Beast, but he was like concerned about like AI technology, AI cars like behaving improperly. You know, some kind of pattern. Where they sort of behave like human beings still, even though they were praised of like, shit. We as humans, we are stupid compared to, you know, robots. And the reality is probably like the moment robots like take over, they're gonna be able to like cluster things together, right? But they're gonna behave exactly the same way. That was my dream. Now I'm not sure if it's gonna translate properly, but you know. Like I saw a cluster of cars, but the biggest problem that they had is if the one car slows down, everything else slows down behind the car. And that was like AI controlled situation where it's just a swarm of cars basically. It's crazy. You can imagine like a swarm of ants. In fact, like why the fuck do we have wheels when nature doesn't fucking like wheels? Am I right? No need for wheels. So we're probably gonna get rid of that shit. I don't know. It's weird. Life is weird, but I keep following whatever is given to me. Not giving up, by the way. Not gonna surrender. And since I summoned one Powerpuff, well, there has to be more in this location, right? This has to be an NFT. Because NFT is not about ownership by money. It's ownership by craftsmanship. You know, you have crafted something and you own it. See, the NFT is not about owning with money, but giving respect to the owner of the idea, to the owner of the some kind of a meme or whatever. Something being invented, you're the owner of. You did it first, maybe. Or you did it best. Whatever the case might be. You own something and that can be bought from. But NFTs have crashed down to zero because we're like, shit, that doesn't work. This idea doesn't work. So first of all, whoever's gonna, invent the NFT idea of how NFT is supposed to work is gonna be a trillionaire, basically, right? We just have to understand how ownership is supposed to work. I'm getting there, guys. Not sure how close I am. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, where you spend your time is where all the value goes, just naturally. And we can start working from there. from this position. Just like I started working with cards, and I'm like, cards don't need text. Because cards interact in their own way. They need their own language, basically, to interact faster and more in more various ways, right? That's Europe for you. Like in Europe, we are constrained with like small pockets of society. But what we're not constrained is the ways we can interact with each other. You know, the fact that our language is different makes us interact differently. If I switch my language, I would behave a completely different way, unfortunately. It's a cultural phenomenon. Like you switch language and you're a different person. It's kind of like role-playing, but it's way deeper than that because it has been established, you know, for a very long time. You have learned it. But that's just like one language, and it's pissing me off that, like, I don't want to learn more languages. That's stupid. It's painful. But at some point, you just invent one. So NFTs, man, like the richest NFT I have, button that I have been clicking on this whole time. And again, to make an NFT, you just have to understand what is the lowest action, reliable action. Lowest reliable action. That way anyone can contribute, right? Anyone can click a fucking button. Now, if you click a button too fast, if a button is clicked in a suspicious way, you're not going to get instantly kicked out. Oh no. We're just going to wait and see what happens. But the moment you start interacting with society, society is going to be like, oh, you're a little bit stanky up in here, you know. You're kind of stanky, though. That's what's going on, right? You're stanking around a little bit. The reason why Selena is so powerful is she can give you 9 reasons of why she's not stanky, actually. You know. She's like exist everywhere, and she can like reconnect all the reasons, basically. I'm not sure how the fuck do I get a 9, by the way. I have this 99% going on. How the fuck do I get a 9? Give me 9 reasons to have a 9. 9 tails, bro. 9 tails to tell. Shit, where the fuck do I get a 9? This is almost like a 9, and it's not really. It's so evil. If I try to connect like this, it looks like ass. This one looks pretty close to 9, unfortunately. Sorry about my mouse slipping abilities. That one's close. Well, the easiest 9 is the one nobody gives a fuck about. You have to switch your color, switch your imagination, go outside the box. You have to do crazy things to get what you want sometimes. Tell a crazy story. And be all over the place. And just like use empty space as well efficiently. Not only you have to have 9 reasons, but you have to have 9 superpowers to be able to achieve what people ask you to, you know, to prove your worth. But not only this is going to empower you, it's going to empower someone else to exist as quickly as possible, or like instantly. like a sniper would do, right? And we all know who that is, right? We all know who that is. Except, I mean, well, Ari is so fucking fast. I'm bleeding right now. So that's pretty good. Almost established the full matrix, bro, of how to not be an NPC. Just follow where your heart leads, my dudes. And the girls have to, you know, try something. Try anything, bro. Technically, that's probably what Taylor Swift actually stands for, is like, try something. Just try it. Because women have all these resources, all these superpowers, but if you don't actually try anything, it's like, what the fuck's the point, right? So, Taylor, from the very young age, the moment she fucking found her superpower, she just, like, unleashed it of, like, well, I want to try fucking singing, all right? And I will knock on everyone's door to try and force myself in and see how it goes. But first, I want to try really badly, you know? So there's all these superpowers that these celebrities possess. Now, they can be defeated, but it's just fascinating that these still haven't been defeated. I guess I will have to defeat them, though. That sucks. And the last one is just a... she's a jewel, okay? She's my special pick as well. Alright, she doesn't have to even exist. Oh, wait, she exists right here. Alright. We're gonna turn a little bitch called Jax Holmes into Jewel. Jewel is just like sitting there fucking waiting for the perfect opportunity of like, shit, the biggest asshole is gonna be destroyed, you know? People hating on me, but we'll find a much bigger asshole that deserves all that hatred, you know? She's just gonna sit here and like, I know I don't deserve hatred, but I know there's gonna be a person on the same platform that deserves all the hatred, that deserves to be destroyed, basically. So, Jewel's gonna show up in that situation. Now she's here, actually, because it's way more convenient. There you go. To put her here than here, because Jackson's is that fucking ugly, alright? Just 3 J's, nah, ain't working. See, you can fall into a trap of like, I'll just gonna mimic the fucking person with the title, why she's the biggest, you know? You mimic into submission, basically. Good enough for me. I'm not impressed. Good enough for me. Now, another thing that this person that peed on my Discord inspired me to do, and everything I do is meaningful, is to say that it's very easy to find hypocrisy. Where people set up a standard and they themselves trip over that standard. So, you know, I don't understand what's going on. I shouldn't talk about something that I don't know anything about. But this person knows that I don't know anything about something. How is he smarter than me? Holy shit. How is he faster, smarter, and doesn't have to even respect me and just peed on my floor and just left? And it's like, shit, man, that's pretty crazy. He knows that I'm stupid and misogynistic, It's fascinating to me. He just knows that. He doesn't even has to tell me reasons or anything. He doesn't have to show his research that he demands me to have. So it's instant hypocrisy with these people. It's just some people do it on purpose. But for how long can you sustain your hypocrisy is the question. You know, because you can trash me as much as you want. Negativity is not going to win you the game, unfortunately. You know, why should that work? By the way, we confused some colors. This one I can sort of like work it out. But should Ari remain red? Sure. Sure. She's a little bit more special. More fitting, so to speak. I think it's fine. Well, we eventually gonna get to second generation of Powerpuffs. And, you know, the first generation might fall and be defeated. There's always a chance for anything. So, we'll see. You know, that's the actual Disney World, bro. People coming from different places with their superpowers, and now I'm just sitting on my throne of like, well, I really wanted to be entertained. Like, really entertained. Forever. Boredom is my number one enemy. So, because I have to be really patient, while everyone is waiting in line for something stupid, I'm waiting in line to have my first decent friend, first decent relationship, fucking hold my first hand, you know. Still probably not going to be a date or a girlfriend material, but I might hold a girl's hand for a long time, you know. That would be pretty crazy. I might hug someone for the first time, you know. And yes, you can cry now. If you're a human being, you cry now. That this is the position that I'm in. Even in my country, this is not normal, right? Most people would say this is incel behavior. That a lot of people like, oh shit, actually already posting videos like that, right? I am this many years old and I don't have a girlfriend. Those people might kill you. I'm a very nice person. I'll just wait. Okay? You gotta be careful with that shit. Yes, incels are very dangerous people. You're still not supposed to be scared of them because they will take advantage of that very quickly. Alright? Once they smell, they can just get away with shit. They're gonna awaken their powers. You know? So, we should all work not against phobia of black people or phobia of like migrants or phobia of like trans and gays. We should work on phobia of like rejected people by society, wrongfully rejected people by society. That's a pretty big phobia to work on, because that one doesn't even make fucking sense, bro. How the fuck are we scared of that shit? But it's like, oh, but they do school shootings. Yeah. How the fuck did they went this far to be able to own a gun, go into a school, and get away with tons of murders without being stopped? How did they do that? You know, how do they have in their hearts the ability to do something like that, right? So, double check your privilege when you fear incels, because that fear is going to be used against you. You know, it's going to be amplified and continue in growing, because they're just waiting for a leader. You know, I don't want to be a fucking Hitler who just awakens the demons of the darkness. But I'm not the one in control. I just spread ideas like, open a tap and it just drips. Some ideas just fall down naturally. I have to allow them to fall down naturally. And if that awakens demons, I have no control over it because that's just a natural fall down. Now, if I open a tap too much, now it's my fault. But some ideas have to just come through. You now, the viewer, has control over that idea. What are you going to do with that is up to you. But fear is not one of those things you should be doing with, my ideas. Because I have plenty of fear. Didn't fucking work. I had to spread my ideas. All right? I've already done it because of fear. Because I fear that this is just going to get worse and worse. And my life is going to keep on getting worse alongside with everyone else's lives. So someone has to say something. Someone has to do something. I'm doing it right now. I've crafted like a crazy story, bro. And this is pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. All right. It almost like, if it's crazy enough, it doesn't feel like it's yours anymore. It just feels like, something else. By the way, I will nerf Ari a little bit. Because there's a way to rewrite her name properly into YouTube Rewind itself. As you can see. Isn't that crazy? We kind of used all the lions. That's pretty cool. That's what Ari meant when she was saying, like, I have a much better relationship. Well, she unlocked who she is. It's so difficult to even just unlock who you are as a person, by the way. Right? Because most people are, like, your family potentially is like, okay, we have to see if she's going to do this. We're going to see if she's going to do that. And it just keeps going on of like, we're going to test her on this thing. It's just a never-ending list of testing because that's required to make sure if a person can fucking handle their responsibilities, the power that they actually have. I can't fucking find a proper lights color, but yeah. I keep crafting these things, I'm like, shit. The things I'm seeing, I wish people would care the same amount like I do. And maybe they do already. Maybe they tune in some secret fucking ways. Secret society, bro. Of just people listening to me. Because I had an experience that, makes me think that way. That I'm being listened to. But I'm also being, respected in that sense, secretly. Maybe I'm yet to unlock something. I don't know. Maybe I'm yet to do something. Maybe they anticipate. Maybe they're playing bingo with me as well. But to say that I don't have any subscribers when you're being listened to, when you feel like you're being observed by some greater powers, like, I don't know, man. I have some followers I probably don't even want to have. All right. I think Ari just unlocked the last piece of the puzzle as well. The only thing you have to do after you completed the cycle once, you just have to do it one more time. Isn't that crazy, right? You just have to repeat it. So potentially NPCs exist because they feel like they lost, but they know they're gonna do an impact to the new generation of people, right? They might have lost this time, but if they just wait for the new generation, they might fool them. Because they're getting closer and closer, right? That's what NPC feels, potentially. They're getting more and more powerful by doing the same fucking bullshit that they used to do forever. You know? So, that's kind of fascinating. Like, there's a lot of ancient ideas that just kind of eternal. You learn them and it's like, fuck, that's pretty awesome. So now we got it. We unlocked the fourth one. Survive. Shit. I tell your story, earn resources, become rich. I already fucking lost this one. The name of it. Well, I can always rewind and just pick that up. I mean, no. It doesn't work like that, right? You're special, you're useful. That would be nice. You can survive, you have self-esteem. And you can repeat that from ground zero with other people as well. You make a baby just to prove that you can do it. That you can do the same thing as you did with yourself. That you have enough love to do that. So, you know. Good luck, PewDiePie. Motherfucker. It's not about me. I still haven't fucking lived a full life. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are. That shit doesn't fucking matter that much. What matters is how far you have came. In terms of experience, right? What people have given to you. Because I can take experience, I can just be patient enough to be like, shit, like, technology is going to keep on moving forward. Mr. Beast is younger than me, so, like, I should be scared, right? And there's no way that the higher person is going to be older. I can just come up with all sorts of insecurities and beat myself over it. The reality is, it's not true. Anyone can do anything. And looking at patterns too closely will cripple you of doing your goddamn thing. Just because someone holds this matrix, Powerpuff, matrix, bro. Just because some girls fucking hold this matrix doesn't mean that you can take advantage of it and invent something for yourself. But this is the matrix. This is like self-esteem matrix. You have to find these things. You have to tell yourself a story by appreciating other people. This is not easy. Guys, what I just did is not easy. I would challenge other people to do the same thing. I want to see them do the same thing. Like, I've never seen this before in my fucking life, you know. There's so many things I've done. I have never seen anyone do anything like this before. You know, like, yes, people have created Minecraft, but have you created a card game Minecraft? And I'm like doing it, I'm getting closer and closer, and I'm like, shit, where's that, right? Have people done textless cards? Well, probably. But are they that intricate that literally there's a whole language? Have they invented NFTs yet that actually work and have actual value? And it's like, I'm starting to do these things, Have anyone even held a title and said that, like, shit, I'm holding a fucking title? You know, and it's like, it's kind of like, yes, but like, have you done it properly? There's so many things that just, I'm doing for the first time in humanity's history. And I'm still getting disrespected. Because maybe I have to respect myself? I mean, I already did if I have done all these things for the first time. I already respected myself by, you know, hard work and stuff. But hey, I can do a miracle once a year. And once a year I can release YouTube Rewind. Just so we can settle down that I will have that one high production video on my channel once a year, all right? Because people might beg for me to do that. That one thing. Please become a meme so we can worship you as a meme. I understand that. That's the American way. You become the meme of something. You did something very well and impressed everyone by default, you know. And then people can actually appreciate that. But up until that point, nuh-uh. You little bitch. People can do your thing but better and can laugh at you, basically. So that's a real challenge. That's a challenge that I haven't yet accomplished. And I'm not going to brag about that. I will do it. I will definitely put effort into it. I can still flop like a fucking fish. All right? I can flop like a magic harp. Oh, no. No, Ari. No. She's a carp now. Didn't fucking last very long, didn't we? I'm not sure how this is gonna work in the end. To repeat the process. But technically, if I stole one title, I can probably steal more. But for other people, you know. But that person has to respect me first, you know. Who wants to be the first to respect me? I literally can't do this process without someone else. A baby has to be born. Something has to fucking happen, right? So, I'm just saying, bro. I'm still gonna be a fucking lonely person who doesn't even get to teach anyone anything. It feels like. But we'll see. What is that? The real education? It's kind of fascinating. I should probably like work in school somewhere in some kind of fucking corner as a janitor. The real teacher. And I'm scared of like janitors, to be honest. I'm like, shit. Maybe they're just like hidden geniuses in there. Because like it's the easiest job and you don't fucking need a complicated, well-paying job. Like you don't need none of that shit. You just need to survive and spend your money wisely. And you get most of the life experience. You don't have to travel. There's nothing expensive in the world that you fucking need. It doesn't exist. Love, not supposed to be expensive. Connection's not supposed to be expensive. You just invest with your self-esteem. Like, it's just fascinating how much, like, shit there is that people want that is completely pointless. And it pisses me off. That's what creates NPCs. We went full circle. Alright. I told my story. I stood out. I wasn't able to, like, sit on this fucking egg for too long. And now we're gonna do this stupid thing. Alright? And repeat the process of what I normally do in order to level up to level 3. I looked down to level 1 and level 2. Alright? And we finished the story that way. At this point, you can just turn off the video because all the interesting bits are over, right? And there's nothing I can possibly do. NPC level 2? Fuck my life, man. I have to type it like this. Potentially, even like Discord is not safe, and I will move my notes somewhere else. Somewhere here. Somewhere where it's safe. Because even Discord fucking showed me a middle finger of like, you got banned from another Discord server. I think you have 10 Discord server bans. You should, you know, not access this website anymore. How about that? You know, and we also don't talk to customers because we're assholes. It's like, what the fuck did I do, bro? What the fuck is this automated bullshit? I feel like I'm very safe, but I must not use Discord in the proper way of like going to other Discord channels. That's no longer a thing that I can do anymore. So that's cool, right? Unless I use a VPN. So if there was ever a sponsorship more appropriate, I'm traumatized. I need a VPN, guys. Please give me a VPN. It's not a sponsor. Just give me. All right. Give me your computer. Access to your computer is what I'm asking for. That's how I get VPNs, by brute force. I don't need no VPN. I can just steal someone else's computer when I really need it to access something. I don't know. Fucking Discord just threw me a middle finger and it pissed me off so much. Because even the most reliable things, I still can't rely on. Hopefully I don't have to remake Windows, bro. Every single time there's something fucking broken. It's like a little fucking thing that makes your shit fall off. Like there's some little opening and it just leeches off. All that trust that you had just gets fucking drained. You just open the pin and everything gets turned off forever. Everything blacks out. Bam. Disappears. So I don't know what to trust. So far, Windows kind of working. Still fucking scary though. Everything's scary because you don't see what's happening in the background with the technology. That's the scariest part. In real life, you can sort of see everything around you. 360 degrees, bro. At least with your feelings. On the internet, you have no fucking idea how many notifications, emails, how many haters you have, how many subscribers I've gotten when I farted left versus when I fart right. I don't know, man. Just random things happen. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna realize, fuck, I'm viral now. What? In one day? That's so evil. Internet is just cannot be trusted. Computers cannot be trusted. But at least we're gonna have a pretty cool game that we're not gonna be bored playing, hopefully. You know. Non-playable character means a boring piece of shit. So we have established the definition. Like, I've tried very hard to make it stand for something. You know, NPC stands for something. NPC stands for a boring piece of bullshit. All right. Not only it's a piece of bullshit who doesn't like playing. You know, who doesn't like having fun. So it's like you're so boring and you're just like cripplingly boring. You don't even like having fun. Non-playable character is something you cannot even play with. NPC is actually pretty fucking satisfying if it's in the game. But imagine you show up, you're like murdering everything, all the NPCs. But there's one fucking invincible NPC in the way. And it just gives me PTSD of like, shit, am I playing Oblivion again? I want to play Fallout where I can kill everything. Even in Fallout I can't kill everything? What's the point then? Alright? If you're an NPC, at least be a killable creature. Alright? If you cannot be interacted in terms of words, let me just shoot you in the fucking face. Alright? Maybe I opened the tap a little bit too much, but like, yeah. That one's pretty fucking scary, and I'm not gonna sit on it, because too scary. Of what I just said. But think about it, you know. You think about it. If you don't allow any interaction to happen, maybe don't live this life, go somewhere else. Because we're supposed to be interacting with each other, even if we're faking that we don't really want to, you know. But the internet is like full of interactions anyways. It's just like when you go outside into the real world, that shit just kind of like shuts down very quickly. Like you see that people are not interacting. I went to a store, and the most memorable thing that happened, a fucking woman walks in, looks around. It felt like she saw me or some bullshit like that. And then turns around and walks away from the store. And I'm like, shit. That's annoying. To see fear, to see like non-interactive behavior, but like literally people fearing for some. I mean, I don't know what happens, what kind of mistake you have to make to just like walk into a store and walk backwards. That is scary, bro. Obviously a lot scarier to just hide yourself of like you walked into a store. Now I can't go backwards. I have to buy something. That's also pretty fucking stupid. But it's just like seeing people like this who couldn't even make up their minds of what they want to do. That is so painful to me. Of like, please at least interact with someone, because like you made everyone uncomfortable. Now I have a story to tell about it. So that's pretty bad. That's why storytelling is so powerful. Because you're not supposed to even have stories. You're not even supposed to have anything interesting to say. Because your life's supposed to be somewhat normal. My life is not normal, unfortunately. And it's pretty sad because I haven't fucking left my room, to be honest. It's not normal, though. My mom doesn't have any stories to tell. You know, she just marinates in her own bed, in her own diseases, basically. And unwillingness to fucking exist anymore. And can only talk about the weather. As if, like, that's gonna be a domino that's, you know, gonna open up a lot of conversations. You can do that, I mean, ain't working very well, but that's again why storytelling is so powerful. You have to kickstart story. You have to be lustful for that shit now that it's happening. And you have to appreciate the history that you have accumulated in your life. You read books, you do anything, it has to be meaningful, right? So essentially, you might feel normal as a human being until you start interacting and competing with others. And like, shit, you're different because you have different experience. And eventually, you have to like put down the plane. The plane has taken off. Your experience plane has taken off. You have to put it down somewhere. You have to dump it. That's technically the sexual energy of like, I need to connect with people to normalize my identity. Yeah, can't wait to have sex, basically, is what I meant to say. That's what I want. Can't wait to be Elon Musk and make 10 babies. Or Andrew Tate and make 100 babies. Or Mr. Beast and make 100 babies that are also rich. That's what I'm talking about. I was like, or Michael Jackson, who's gonna make 100 babies while he's dead. They're gonna be rich, and they're gonna be black, but still rich, and there's still gonna be 100 of them. Maybe even 101 Dalmatians, bro. I definitely ran with that joke, but like, you got the idea, alright? And maybe it's reality, I don't know. I don't know why Michael Jackson was so fucking popular when he died. Of like, wait, he's my father? Was that the meme? What made him so popular? Because his music wasn't that fucking outstanding. But I guess some people woke up one day and be like, shit, I was his... He never knew that I was his son, actually. When we slept in the same... I became his son. Is that how it works? I don't know, man. Shit. Pedophiles fucking ahead of society sometimes. Not gonna lie. Anyways. We throwing all the fucking nukes in here. Because they ain't nothing that deserves more respect than me, after all. So let's dissect if there is anything here that there's still valuable, you know. And we keep leveling up. This process, however, will take a while. I could probably just automate it and ask AI to just say it out loud. I can do it right now, by the way. Right? Right, speak message.
Gurunext said keycap 1 white medium star, NPC is usually the one that does nothing when bad things happen. Keycap 2 white medium star, NPCs tend to have a narrow circle of interest and beliefs. Keycap 3, you mean interact and then you can detect if that's in it.
No, how do I stop?
Keycap 4, why do I have to live under the moon and silence?
How do I
And
stop?
feel so
bro?
insecure outside.
This is so stupid, bro. Fucking Discord, bro. I mean, that's convenient, right? I just sit back and just listen to NPC voice speaking to me. Now I have to put in the effort and read the whole chapter before I can continue and finish the video. So, see you guys then, unfortunately. There's so much more to this story that meets the eye, but there's two questions that both Jacksepticeye and Jacksums are asking for. Alright. How do we give credit to people? And how do we detect disrespectful pieces of shit and pull them down? You know, what would happen if we don't actually like Mr. Beast as a person? Should we still give him the ability to upload videos and all that stuff? Should we not ask for apology? Should we just push something under the rug because Jacksepticeye was like attacking too strong of an opponent and didn't got enough support for it? What should we do in these two situations? How should we resolve drama? By making a new meme, NPC meme. I still want a meme though. I can understand the people are boring, but I have to make fun of it so it's not, you know, offensive and stuff. Still have to like connect with myself by making a meme of 2024. So the previous meme was activating a dragon card The previous meme before that was just touch grass, all right? Whatever that was. It wasn't mine. Someone else made it. But I'm like, shit, touch grass sounds like fun. That means society, right? Because at 2021, I was hospitalized for pushing an old woman. And that was a crazy thing to do. When you don't want a person to be inside your place. I don't know, bro. You tell me. But that doesn't sound that crazy to me. That sounds crazy to hospitalize me for a long time. But then I got to meet the society. You know, apparently society exists only in prisons. You know, you're going to be like actually pretty happy if you go to prison, which means crime is now legal. That's what it means, I would say. Like, you would want to go to prison. You would want to have my experience. Obviously, mental prison slightly different, but you just want to go there. Which is, again, opening the tap even more. I'm scared to, you know, remind you guys that the purge is going to happen one way or the other. People are just going to do crime uncontrollably because why the fuck not? You know, what's going to be the punishment? I'll tell you what the punishment is going to be very soon. If we can imprison people, if we can't cancel them, I don't know what N stands for. It seems like a progress backwards. Cancellation prison. Sounds like unalive, to be honest. But we can't do that one. So what can we do, bro? It sounds like nothing, because even in prison, there's a deeper level of solitude, eternal solitude, where you get absolutely nothing. But you're asked to survive. You're asked to also fight the demons of surviving. And people screaming around you and all that stuff like this. The solitude is full of bullshit. The best thing you can do is just end your life there, I would say. There's no fucking way. There's absolutely no fucking way there's a reason to live anymore in solitude. That's my short name for solitary confinement. But solitude sounds pretty nice because it exists in Skyrim and stuff. So I'll use that. So yeah, at first you get cancelled. Then you're like, maybe you shouldn't fucking post 50% of your stuff. And then you're just talking to yourself. Obviously, solitary confinement, if we're being human beings, we're just gonna create a, you know, humane version of that. But some people don't, you know, don't appreciate what they have to go through to just avoid crime, you know, but just avoid it. Like, yes, I know you want to do drugs. You want drugs to be legal. You really like drugs. But maybe just don't fucking do it, you know? How about that? Yes, some crimes might not make any sense. But that doesn't mean you can disrespect them, you know. And we kind of learned not to do that. But snitches also get, you know, respected. I'll disrespect the respect because I'm sorry, bro. Sorry, someone's got to give, and it's not going to be you or Canada. And oh my god, I ate a sandwich. Blood sugar spike. Oh my god. Also, I just woke up, so I haven't been in fast foods, restaurants, any of that shit. I just ate from the store and made my own food forever now, basically. Ever since I was at home, I did that. Because we can't fucking afford it. We can't afford just buying food from somewhere else, made by someone else's hands. It's pointless as well. Because I can make my own shit. And it's gonna be, you know, warm. And I don't have to, like, eat it outside and stuff. That's it. And I've actually already made a meme about this on TikTok. I got in, like, 10,000 views. I did it in Lithuanian language, by the way. So I have nerfed myself so many ways. It was just a stupid meme. But people just gobbled it up because I was showing something new. I was playing by TikTok's rules of, like, make things entertaining, make things meaningful, and teach a new trick. All right? Teach a new trick of how to do things. You do those 3 things on TikTok. The 4th one happens naturally because there's always a 4th thing you have to do. The 4th thing happens natural of, like, just do it, I guess. You know, and you can repeat it as many times as you want as well. You made your little trick. You can repeat it over and over again and not stop. You can do whatever you want with it. As long as you feel like you have earned enough views, you can just repeat doing the same process. It's kind of fascinating. But you have to make sure that it's exactly the same. And the lighting is the same, the setup is the same. And things are going to be different by default anyways. Even if you try the same thing over and over again, it's going to be slightly different because you're going to be bored doing it. So you have to follow your heart, obviously, and fill up the empty space. But you can just do the same thing. That's the TikTok algorithm, boys. You make one meme, you like the amount of views you got, you do the same fucking shit to the same community, repeating. And they're gonna be pissed off of, like, why the fuck do I see the same TikTok? I don't want to fucking do that. You're gonna piss a lot of people off. TikTok is weird, man. But it's so easy to crack, like, the idea of, like, how everything works. You're not going to get the best of the best unless you really do a marathon. You become a runner, Olympic champion in that category. But it's so stupid. It just doesn't provide anyone else anything. And if you make a all-in commitment of being a sports person and trying to claim a title of some kind, like, you gotta be fucking insane, bro. Are you that stupid? That is the stupidest competition, because you can lose for stupid reasons as well, and you're wasting your time learning that skill. I mean, the most useful skill might be driving, and it's still like, when are you gonna drive super fast? Only when you're running away from cops, you're gonna be driving super fast and trying to make all these turns. But make sure you fucking have bulletproof, you know, car. Because I'm not sure for how long cops are just going to be chasing and not shooting at your tires and all that other stuff. So, good luck. Good luck being a sports person or anything related to that, where you just go all in and grind one skill. It's so painful. So there's a lot of reasons to be canceled, and as reasons pile up and multiply, you're going to get imprisoned and you're going to get nothing. So cancellation is like, you know, I pay attention to you, now you're going to be under investigation. It's like a 10% crime has been committed, 10% corruption has been detected, you have done something really bad that sort of starts drama, you know. Whoever starts drama doesn't, you know, just like in Among Us, the one who makes the emergency meeting is not necessarily not an imposter, you know. It's just Jack's films may have learned how to play Among Us and feels a little bit uncomfortable all of a sudden. But it's just because he's the stupid person who wants to really press the button and blame someone else for being the imposter, you know. But I think, you know, Jack Sims has been so long on this platform, he could have evolved a little bit more than what he did so far, you know. Because the evolution doesn't look very nice. He makes our grammar suck really bad. Then ask something every single day. You already asked me not to have a shitty grammar. Now you're asking me every single day. And now you're asking me to credit the creators. That's pretty fucking bad, man. So now more creators are going to be asking me things every day. Or all kinds of different people are going to be asking me things every day. I don't want that shit to happen, Jack's Films. Someone's going to get canceled soon. Alright? If we really don't want something, like, most people are not creators, okay? So where's the fucking mob mentality of trying to defend creators? We don't need millions of creators. We actually need creators to cancel each other naturally. You know, of like, if you're not getting paid, if you're not getting credit, what are you gonna do about it, bitch? That's how we have to treat creators, because you have to go back to society and learn real skills that gives you real money and actual credit from society. Take credit from society, little bitches. Jack teaches us that he is an imposter. But hey, take credits and money from society, please. Society. That's where it is. Learn actual skills and you will immediately get rewarded. Instantly. What the fuck is going on? What credit? It happens naturally. Sniper Wolf got it naturally. Nobody even noticed until Jack's Films fucking noticed and everyone got upset. Too late! Too fucking late, bro. You're late to the party, little bitch. There's nothing we can do about it. That's the problem. And Jackson was like, yeah, well, I'm still gonna make an emergency meeting and someone's gonna get canceled. Excuse me? I guess to achieve nothing, you have to be 50% corrupted. So I'll just do that. Prison is for people who, you know. I will name names, my friends. I will name names. I will name names, my friends. I will fucking name names really badly because they want to be named because they occupy empty space that they really wanted to occupy. Thank you very much. Onision got cancelled because someone went to prison to do so. You know, there's one little piece of shit that's attached to Onision trying to fucking leech off of him because he's always sacrificing his reputation every single step of the way. Why? Because he's called Repzion, boys. He just, you know, sacrifices his reputation left and right. He wants to go to prison really badly. He associates with terrible people. He attacks people all the time. He's still a YouTuber that didn't get canceled or went to prison yet, But he really needs to do that as fast as possible. So the people that he hurt, Gabby, Hannah, potentially, Onision. I mean, Onision can't be the new Repsion. I don't know. Whatever he decides. But all these people like actually got really hurt. Because Repsion is like the finishing move, right? He just finds someone like down and he just fucking finishes off. I have news for this fucking little piece of shit. You going to prison, all right? You're lucky it's not a real prison, but you're not so lucky because this one is gonna fucking hurt, all right? You're gonna get a lot of reputation for surviving that depth, all right? Cancellation for Jacksums is like, oh, you're just a bad creator. It's a slap on your fucking face. Try again, little bitch. But prison, prison is hard to survive. It's hard to keep your sanity. It's hard to keep yourself on your toes, man. Again, I love it that people sacrifice themselves for the sake of their names, for the sake of, you know, showing humanity how it's done. So the question is like, what the fuck is there? What the fuck is deeper than prison? Than little bitch crying about every single drama he can get his hands on, just to get his hands melted down to the bones, you know? And I can still survive. I'm a skeleton. I will still survive, actually. There's a person that wants to just disappear and rebuild himself from scratch, from complete zero. There's a person that has corrupted Minecraft as we know it. Probably kicked out Notch from Minecraft, killed, two Minecrafters, actually, not just one, not just Technoblade, but also Dream as well. This guy is called Antoinem, boys. He also killed Captain Sparkles in order to become popular. So, he doesn't have very good reputation already. Should go to prison for that shit. Because there's already a murder. I don't believe in cancer, my friends. I believe there's Antoinem amongst us. You know, there's a fucking little bitch that attracted me very much and tried to destroy my life as well. But guess what? Tables turn a little bit, and I control nothingness as well. Antoinem is going to go there and experience that, you know, like he should. What happens when you do 100% crime? Is that even possible? Because, like, you don't actually exist as a human being. You exist as a half of a human being, looking for the other half. So you have to respect being straight and, you know, being sexually active and all that shit. And not to waste yourself unless there's nothing you can do. So, Antoine, like, you'll have to do nothing. No relationships, no one to talk to, just upload videos like I did. Just like I did. Alright? He's just slowly, like, shut down his system, you know? And it just slowly disappeared. And it's just like, what? Excuse me? Where are you going? What are you doing, bro? Slowly from Let's Plays turned into, you know, shorter videos, and now he's just kind of gone. I have questions where he went after all this damage to Minecraft as a whole. Why do I accuse him? Because I feel it. This is a story yet to be told. I don't even have to explain anything. Repsion is kind of like, you can already see he's a piece of fucking toxic garbage. Antoinem, you just feel he's a toxic piece of shit. You just know deep down, watching his content, it gets worse and worse. Everything just keeps getting worse. as you do it, as you dig deeper, things get so much worse. Knowing that Minecraft's community is horrible, that it's super toxic now, that Minecraft has died, but Antvenom doesn't want to admit that Minecraft has died. That the biggest fucking, most disgusting experience happened through his Discord, and also the most uplifting through his Discord, because that's where I started my Discord career, my friends. That's where I discovered everything, bro. There's a story to be told, but while that story is being told, someone has to suffer. Someone has to be tortured. Someone has to be nothing, you know. And that's the end, boys. All right? If Notch wants to, you know, find his golden apple, someone else found it for him, you know. So, Antoine, keep searching. Where is it? Where did I put it? Antoine, it's somewhere in my videos. There's a Notch apple. I made references to Antoine as well. It's just, I personally feel very bad and feel very affected by Antoine. So he will be suffering a little bit. All right? Until we decide that it's time to let these people go and socialize again. There's people amongst us that we have to play Among Us with. We have to find imposters. And I'm not it, my friends. I made the emergency meeting because I'm fucking tired of no one getting kicked out who should be kicked out for just basic reasons. Don't worry, they don't die in outer space. Okay? We can isolate. We have more tools. All right? To kick people out if they feel suspicious, right? We can build strategies. We can't just be emotional human beings, NPCs, running around and treating this as a game. The reason something goes viral is because we have to play it together properly and find these imposters and disrespectful people and straight up criminals who fucking infect the entire ecosystem they exist in. Good luck, guys. But what the meme is, I don't know. Rant. Here you go. That's my meme. Meme of 2024 rant. Everyone has to unleash their sanity. Everyone has to just speak their mind without anyone else's help. It's not a fucking podcast, okay? You have to just rant now. Because you have to run fast. Alright, you gotta kick Ant in the balls. But in order to do that, in order to keep him down here, you have to put effort. Alright? The story is being told. You see, I can feel the future because that's how heart works. You know where you're going. You know what enemies you're going to be facing. You know who you cared about very much. You don't know why, but you're going to build it over time. You're going to build the story over time, which is, again, why storytelling is so important. So please, rant. Run an ant to the grave. Please. Because that's the only way we're going to fucking win. We have enemies, boys. We have people who have to be canceled, imprisoned, and nothinged or withered away by force. But the force that we have to use is storytelling, is rant. So good luck, guys. Let the purge begin.